Hello, 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 y'all boys, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Rule of Third podcast, the podcast about faith, college, and everyday life. You feel me? We're back once again, and we're your hosts. I guess they didn't get the cue.
Who are you?
I'm Jordan.
He's Jordan. I'm Charles.
I'm Dior.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Charles.
All right. But we're on to episode 3 of season 2. First 2 episodes was real good. How y'all feel about them?
Those episodes were tough.
They were tough, but a lot happened.
A lot did
Dior,
happen.
how's your head?
Okay.
First up, Dior got that shrimp in his hair.
Yo.
Fire.
Say it, pause.
Lightning.
Lightning.
But yeah, it was smooth. It was a good job. It was a good time fishing. I really enjoyed the FIU. Well,
Which one did you like better?
I like the FIU one better.
Interactive pod.
More. Yeah,
More in the community.
That was different. We needed a security guard because Cam was not holding it down. Cam was letting people get behind us. They could have slept us.
Shout out to all the people that came on the interactive pod. Y'all really made it special.
Indeed, we appreciate you,
Shout out to
man.
y'all.
The year of purpose.
Indeed.
But it's been great. It's still first week.
Yeah.
Class been settling in. How y'all classes been?
Smooth.
Class has been smooth.
Indeed.
How that workout schedule been, Dior?
I mean, mine's been smooth, but y'all wouldn't think I am because I don't get to the 5 a.m. workout with y'all, but I do work out on my
5
own.
a.m. workouts this week were
Charles been had us working, boy. CrossFit gym, 5 a.m. cold tub.
Shout out to Peak 360 Fitness and the Nike Con that they hosted this past weekend. That junk was live. Free courses, free yoga, free breathing exercises.
Indeed. What y'all know about that fire breathing? Dior don't know. He ain't wake up at 5 a.m. He wasn't in them trenches.
Y'all were not in the trenches. Y'all were at Nike.
We were in Coral Gables.
Y'all were in Coral Gables. Y'all went to
Indeed.
Nike.
One more shout out though. Shout out to Cam behind the cam. We got a producer, y'all boys.
Indeed. We're gonna have a cam soon.
We got someone behind the cam helping us. So shout out Cam, the producer, and Kelly, the intern.
Indeed.
But yeah, it's been smooth, and now we kick it off to Dior with our daily deviation.
Facts. This feels like a back to basics episode. I feel like we had a lot of extravagant episodes with the last one, and this feels like it's a normal episode for real.
Indeed.
And it's the third one,
1, 2, 3.
I can't count that high. But anyways.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Speaking of counting, let's talk about that paper, man.
Oh.
So if you were, say you had to make an investment, right? Into any fast food restaurant and in the next and you only had to eat their food once you make that investment in it. You only have to eat their food. You only can go to that restaurant to eat all the time.
Oh, snap.
And if it doesn't do well financially, you can pull out and have your money saved. But then say if it's doing well, you have to keep eating there. So depending on how long you eat there is depending on how good the restaurant's doing.
It has to be a fast food chain?
It has to be a fast food chain.
So complex, but not complex.
I know. But if you're a fast food restaurant, your investment, if you're making good money, you have to eat there. And if it's not, you don't have to eat there anymore.
So it's the perfect business plan. You get your money back no matter what.
Yeah.
True.
I already know what Charles is picking.
What do I pick?
Thai food.
Thai food, fast food though?
No,
Oh,
but
it's
a
not.
fast food
Oh
restaurant.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Fast food.
I need Dior to answer this one first.
You need me to answer it first?
Yes.
I don't know my answer.
Dior is picking Chick-fil-A.
It's either Chick-fil-A or Chipotle.
Chipotle count?
I think so. Does it not? If we not counting Chipotle, then I am going with Chick-fil-A because yes.
If we're doing fast food, let me be different. I'll pick Bolé. That's the bougie Chipotle.
Oh, Bole's good.
Bolé.
Bole's good.
Bro, trying to one up me. Why is he trying to do that?
Oh my goodness.
So light skinned.
What?
What about Hawaiian poke?
Hawaiian pokey.
That's not a fast food restaurant. It's not. But it's smooth.
No,
Shout out to Hawaiian Pokey.
I'm gonna do Chick-fil-A right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Chick-fil-A.
Cause it's like But the thing is, Chick-fil-A makes good business, gang. So like, you don't have Chick-fil-A for the rest of your life. Chick-fil-A never ending.
I get a salad.
That's true for the rest of your life, gang. Dang. That is for the rest of your life.
My earthly life.
Facts, I guess.
Unless I have to eat it in heaven too.
Honestly, I would do something like I know that's gonna like have to like make bad investments, like Arby's, if I really wanted to get out of it.
You let them eat.
Okay.
Shout out Arby's.
On to
Arby's,
the next, bro.
we have the meat.
What is wrong with him?
That's their slogan.
But why?
You just want to meet.
Yo,
You know.
Okay. Actually, if you don't get anything else except the mozzarella sticks and the shakes at Arby's, then you're valid.
Them shakes
You
be
sound like
thick,
you ate
boy.
there a lot.
I only ate the mozzarella sticks.
Them shakes be thick.
Well, so you are Chick-fil-A. You are Arby's.
No, I'm Chick-fil-A still. I'm not going to Arby's. I would rather eat Chick-fil-A for the rest
So
of my life.
Chick-fil-A, Arby's, and you put me down for Chipotle. I need to eat healthier. I eat a lot of junk food.
Chipotle is like, you can't miss.
Smooth.
So Chick-fil-A, it's about to be a terrible transition. Chipotle has tortillas.
Okay.
Tortillas are have the same contents that make up bread. So now while we're on the topic of bread is also money. So let's talk about God and money. No, you just threw $1 at me. I'm not a stripper.
For the vending machine.
No way. This can't get nothing out the vending machine.
You was talking about that bread.
I'll take it. Bro, stop trying to throw it at me. Just give me the $.
Yeah, pick it up.
Okay.
I'll take it.
He's struggling. That crumpled up $1 bill. The ATM can't even take that.
Talking about that bread.
Talking about that bread. We got the God and Money episode.
Indeed.
You know?
So highly anticipated. If you've been watching, you know we've been talking about this episode coming.
Indeed. And Charles, this is very serious to you. So we're having Charles lead this episode on God and money. And that's been the topic of our Bible study this week. So as we, went on, we're prepared. 2024, the year of intentionality. We've been intentional. So our Bible study is going to relate to this podcast episode and the Bible studies that we have in the future featuring the community. You feel me? We're going to have open Bible studies and it's going to correlate with the podcast, not only to help y'all, but to help us because we need that help.
Yeah,
Indeed.
facts. The whole reason this was like sitting on my heart so heavy was like coming to college. It was like we're here so that we could find a career that can sustain us, and so we can basically live on our own and not have to rely on our parents or our family anymore. But when you're doing that, money could definitely consume you once you get a taste of it. Like you get a taste of a little money in your pockets. Now you're like, oh, I have freedom to do this. I have freedom to do that. But then it's like you can start making some bad decisions.
Facts.
Yeah, you start just buying things that you don't really need, but the things that you want, and it's just a rabbit hole because then you could end up becoming a real slave to money. Now you're just working to pay off the things that you've already bought in. Now you're in debt in some areas. So the whole thing of it was I didn't want money to really consume me anymore. I didn't want to just feel like every day I'm waking up just so I can make money, just so I could pay for stuff. And it's like, why did God give us this resource is basically what I was thinking in my head. And luckily in the Bible, it's mentioned a few times. How do y'all feel about your perspectives on money?
Oh yeah. So my perspectives on money, I love money. Money's cool and all that. You feel me? But I've been telling y'all over the week, I've been broke for 20 years. I could be broke for 20 more years.
Crazy.
I've always just had no money, but it's been straight. But even getting a taste of money now, through my business, Chili Shots, you bringing in some money and, outside work and all that.
Praise God.
Appreciate you, God.
you.
Shout out. Big up.
Big up.
But yeah, touching money and all that, it's been smooth, but I try not to let it control my life because I know what it's like to not have money.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen people that have money and I see it consume them, and so they buy things out of spite. A lot of people, they buy things just to impress other people that they don't like. You feel me? So if you already don't like this person, why are you trying to buy this thing to impress them?
Why are you trying to impress the haters? They're gonna hate anyways.
Indeed. So it's really just people's relationship with money, because money is not inherently bad. It's just how you prioritize it in your life and your heart posture towards it. But how you feel about money, Dior?
Yeah, to pick off on what you said, it's not like
Hold that mic up.
yeah, my bad. Wow, we just said we was gonna hold mics properly. And I already failed. It's okay. Yeah, I would say like it's not money that's necessarily bad, and even like the system built it's more low key the system built around money in a way, if you really think about it. But it's mainly the people's intentionality with it, because it's like with anything, it's about someone's intention. Like something that is objective, like an object, can't be used improperly unless it's by the person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So guns don't shoot people. People shoot people.
Yes, J-Lu.
The gun is the resource.
The gun is the resource.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
J-Lu.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Dior for the NRA.
I'm so tired of it. But yeah, it's really just about how you use it. And I think because of how, like, especially coming into as young people like our age think about like fast money, and like how they want to make money fast, and like how they want to live this lifestyle where they have to wake up at like 3 a.m. in the morning, work out, do some trading, or do like some type of new scheme that's gonna make the money fast, and then like just have like some. But like that's all well and done, but it's like, what is your intentionality with it? Why do you want money? Because you want freedom. Stop prioritizing the money and start prioritizing the intention with it. You feel what I'm saying?
I would say like this is a whole nother topic, but like the culture nowadays is like get rich by the time
It's
you're
a get
22.
rich culture.
Yeah. What's it called? I was just watching a sermon by Mike Todd. It was like our viewpoints. There's two different viewpoints. There's a culture viewpoint, and then there's a kingdom viewpoint.
That's so deep.
A kingdom viewpoint?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a viewpoint, like what's popularized in our culture, what's normalized in our society, which is,
money that would be.
Yeah, it's selfish with money. It's keep money to yourself. You're trying to hoard money. You're trying to keep it in rather than let it go. But the kingdom viewpoint on money is to give generously and to continue giving.
Let it go.
But yeah, getting deeper into it. I know this is Charles' episode, so whatever you say, I'm gonna stem off and go into.
Well, I was just gonna say, what does Jesus say? We're followers of Christ. Jesus says in Matthew 6:24, you cannot serve both God and money. Now,
what does that mean, Charles?
what does that mean? What do you mean I can't serve both? Like, I want to make money living on this earth, and he's not saying you can't. But serving money means that's becomes your God. Like, that's what dictates what you do throughout your day.
You idolize it.
You're idolizing money essentially.
Yeah, and the big thing in that verse, it says serve. What's it called? Is being a servant to someone. And so the verse I've been stuck in my head, it's either Romans 5:12 or Romans 6:12. I'll correct it on the screen. But don't you realize you become a slave to whatever you choose to obey?
Yeah.
You can be a slave to sin, which leads to death, or you can choose to obey God, which leads to righteous living. So you can choose to obey, you can choose to serve. A lot of times we become slave to the sin because we choose to obey it, and it just gets a stronghold over our life. You don't have to let money control your life. A lot of the reason why people have bad relationship with money is because they want money out of fear that they can't pay their bills, so they pick up a second job. Fear to do all these things. But that fear that you have
is of the devil.
It doesn't. Yeah, God doesn't give us a spirit of fear. But the fear that you have is because you don't have your trust in God fully. You don't have full faith in Him. You haven't even given God a chance to provide for you. A lot of times we take a shortcut before God is able to provide for us. We take a worldly way out. We could turn to either gambling or selling drugs or any of these mechanisms or these methods. Yeah, because we haven't given God the chance to provide for us. We haven't let Him
give Him the space.
Yeah, we haven't given Him the space or the ability to bless us. Yet we haven't let Him throw that random money into our bank account 10 minutes before the bill is due. We haven't done all that because we just don't have the full faith in Him. So then we return to the fear of not having money, which motivates us to get money and puts us in a bad position, in a bad relationship with money.
Yeah. Trying to do it ourselves.
Yeah, so it's just your relationship with money. A lot of it is just on the prioritization scale. So in any relationship with money, your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with anyone else, right? It's just on a priority level. Your relationship with God should be at the top of the priority.
And his blessings will fall on everything under that, including your financial situation.
And what's that one verse? What's it called? Seek ye the kingdom first.
Seek ye the kingdom first, and everything after shall follow.
But yeah, that's one of the biggest things. If we seek the kingdom first, you know, God provides for us. He's a provider, so all the provision will come. But oftentimes we seek the world to provide for us. We seek that job to give us money, but we don't realize everything that is good and perfect comes from the Lord. And I'll find the verse to pop that up because I forgot that one as well. But everything is good and perfect for us, the Lord. We got to realize all of our possessions are not our own. It's just what God's given us to steward. We are just managers on this earth.
To piggyback off of that, there's a story in Luke chapter 12 where Jesus is talking to a farmer. And Jesus is trying to tell this farmer, since he's a rich farmer, that your harvest will not gain you the payoff that you're searching for. And the farmer is telling Jesus, he's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm rich, I'm living good. And he's like, yeah, you're rich. Your riches will only be able to sustain you while you're here on earth. But I promise you, when you're not here, all your riches will mean nothing. And the farmer didn't listen to Jesus, and he went off. And the next day, God took the farmer's life, and all of his harvest, all of his riches and earnings stayed here while he was gone. So it just goes to show you, like, everything you're working so hard for day and night, it's not worth losing your soul. Like, you got to focus on your spiritual wealth over your earthly wealth.
Indeed. Yeah, like he was saying.
Fulfill the spirit, not the flesh.
Facts.
Essentially, yeah. Nothing you think you own is yours. Like, what's it called? God took it all away from him. His life. Your life isn't even your own.
Your life.
If we're being real.
You didn't create yourself.
So anything that he gives, he can also take away. So just be wary of that, how you act in your life.
The world tells you that money is valuable, but the only thing that really is valuable is spiritual fulfillment.
It is. It's eternal.
And I had a quote that goes with that as well.
Value?
It says, oh no, it's like, don't let your bank account affect your emotional account or your spiritual account. Just because there might be a couple less zeros in there.
That's a Pinterest quote?
That was a Pinterest quote.
Nah, I came up with this.
That's a J-Luke quote.
That's a J-Luke quote from Pinterest.
Nah, Pinterest don't snap like that, boy.
Pinterest don't snap like that.
Yeah, but what's it called? A lot of people let you get quotes on your Pinterest?
Yeah.
What you be looking on there?
Y'all don't get quotes on Pinterest?
No, I get fashion and photo shoots.
I get fashion, quotes, art. I have an interest in Pinterest.
But yeah, some people, their bank account, might be running a little low, and they let that affect them emotionally. But if God's a provider, then no matter what your bank account says,
you can have peace.
Yeah, you shouldn't let that affect your mental. You shouldn't let that affect your spiritual walk. Because Mike Todd also said this. Mike Todd is not my God, but he be spitting sometimes.
No, Mike Todd be
so
spitting.
I do quote him a lot because I really like watching his sermons. What's it called? A lot of people will go through one financial, rut. They might allow one less payment to influence their spiritual walk. They might stop trusting in God just because their bank account is getting low and things of that nature.
The thing about money and why you can't trust it is because money comes and goes too quickly and too fast. And if money's dictating your emotions, you're never going to be stable.
Indeed. And once you associate with your emotions, then it's constantly there. Like, you're constantly having to find it. You constantly have to search for it.
Yeah, you're constantly seeking it. Now you're working 12-hour days.
Yeah.
And this is not a hindrance to anyone that is working 12-hour days, and trying to provide for their family. Like, we understand what you're going through, but as long as you have God at the forefront, he will provide for you. Like, he will give you opportunities where he will provide for you.
Indeed.
And yeah, he'll give you opportunities where he'll provide for you. But that's to say is like, you're working those 12-hour work days, but what are you spending your money on per se?
Also,
You
I
might
like
not
that.
be making the right financial decisions. You might be, spending luxuriously while you're not living that lifestyle, because that money can be further put towards other things. Your child might need a new book, but you out there in some Balenciagas or things like that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Sure.
You got to prioritize what's best, because also read in this book, you have to live like no one else in order to live like no one else. So you might not have the best drip. You might not have this and that, but you're saving up so that you can invest into yourself and invest in other
That's a deep
things.
quote. You live like no one else. You live like no one else.
Yeah.
That's deep.
But I had another quote, because how I spoke earlier on, culture versus kingdom.
Yeah.
Culture wants to keep money in order to help work on ourselves. You feel
Selfish,
me?
yeah.
We want to build up our own money, then help someone else's. But God calls us to give generously. That's a kingdom mindset, to give generously. So in Deuteronomy 15:6 is, the Lord your God will bless you as he has promised. You will lend money to many nations, but will never need to borrow. You will rule many nations, but they will not rule over you. You will, like, that one stuck with me. You will lend money to many nations, but you will never need to borrow from
Never
any.
need to borrow.
So, that just tells us, to give generously, but not to give generous in order to receive blessing back, just to give generous from a proper heart posture.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people might read that and think, okay, let me give because,
Give so people can give back to me.
yeah, and things like that.
Just
No.
giving out of love.
Right.
God has provided you with the provision, and so you can sow into others, but don't expect that money back. Even it happened with the podcast. Like, we was filming the first episode of season 2, and someone, sewed into us. It's a random lady. She was doing running.
Yep.
She was running around, you feel me? She cashed out this $50
She did.
for the Rule of Thirds account, and we was able to, buy a tripod. That's what you're seeing on this second angle that keeps switching between all of us. And now we're able to provide better value for you.
That was a blessing.
That was a blessing.
Blessing.
Shout out God and shout out the lady.
And she had Ephesians 8 on her shirt.
She had something on her
She
shirt.
had some Bible verse on her
I
shirt.
don't remember the Bible.
But it was
verse.
crazy.
Yeah. But I guess part of it as well is, I know Charles was talking about money being people's God.
Yeah.
And one thing how you can realize, like, if money is your God or money has a prioritization in your life, is if you allow it to dictate your thoughts.
And if you allow yourself to do anything for it as well.
Yeah, your actions and the people you associate with.
Yeah.
And if you really allow it to dictate your self-worth. Because a lot of people's self-esteem will drop when their bank account drops. And a lot of people's self-worth will drop as well.
How do you think people could like actively notice this though? Because people would try really hard to like hide that. Like, oh, I'm not really doing this for the money. I really like what I'm doing.
I think it just comes down to looking yourself in the mirror at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's just knowing, because it's like you can't really hide your feelings about yourself in terms of that. Like, you can say
You could drink it away.
Anyways, this guy
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs or drink. But say you're want this job and you want it for the money. It's not going to be a fulfilling job for you, and you're going to know that. You can lie to yourself, but at the end of the day, we've always seen stories of people going into a career just for the money and then stepping out of the career to fulfill something them doing.
Bro, I seen a quote from Deion Sanders talking about he had all the money, he had all the girls, he had all the status, and he didn't reach true fulfillment until he found a relationship with Christ. I was like, Deion Sanders, bro,
Bro, rich,
one of the most notable
Affluent.
NFL players of all time.
Indeed. And what's it called? We was gonna have to talk about at some point. True fulfillment. A lot of these millionaires aren't truly fulfilled because they were chasing God. They were chasing the spirit of mammon.
If you don't know what the spirit of mammon is,
Yeah, the verse you said at the beginning. Look that up again.
Matthew 6:24, about you not serving two gods.
Yeah, the verse is longer than that.
It is longer than that. Yeah.
You cannot serve God and you cannot serve mammon. It goes in deeper. I'll pop it up on the screen. But mammon, the spirit of mammon is basically promising everything God can do through like worldly actions and through money. Like money can provide for you and not God. So basically a lot of people have the spirit of mammon. They're chasing money and they're chasing this dollar, but the spirit of mammon cannot fulfill you. Money cannot fulfill you. That's why these millionaires who have tens of millions, hundreds of millions in their bank account commit suicide because they're not truly fulfilled. When you chase something for so long and you make it your God and all this, you cannot be truly fulfilled. You cannot achieve all that you wanted to, because at the end of the day, once you're solely focused on yourself, there'll be one thing in you that has a hole in it. You know, it's gonna be your heart, and I don't want to live like that.
What do y'all feel about the quote, like, I'd rather be rich and unhappy than poor and happy?
I don't think that's like a true quote. I feel like that's disingenuous, because it's like, one, you're happy, so you're gonna
So
be,
something must be going right.
you're happy, so something must be going right. And also, you can't be, there's a possibility to be poor and poor and happy, but there is like little people that are rich and happy, if we're being real. So it's like a certain minute, because it's like, and it literally says in the thing you're happy as well.
It
So
does
it's like
say
it
that
kind
you're
of sounds redundant to like say, oh, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And
it's
I
like,
think it ties right back to what you're saying, is like, how much does money dictate? What did you say? How much does money?
Your self-worth.
Your self-worth. Like, if the money is what you think is going to make you happy, you're just tying all your happiness to this money that literally could be gone like this. Like, what does this say? Proverbs 23 verse 4-5. Don't wear yourself out trying to get rich. In a blink of an eye, wealth will disappear. Like, God's telling us, like, don't put all your energy into this resource that literally I could take away from you in a quick second.
Indeed.
because truly, like, I think people that like most often chase money don't even want the money for real. They just want the freedom that comes with it. Like, honestly,
Because wealth gives you the ability to fully experience life.
exactly.
It's true. You can take those trips. You can see more than somebody who doesn't have wealth.
Yeah.
Which is true. But at the end of the day,
It's still
that's
worldly.
not fully fulfilling the
It's still
ability to
worldly.
experience life.
It's not.
Exactly.
I think fulfillment is something more internal.
Exactly.
I don't think it's external.
And then
Well, I just got a random thought. Why do you think they put like presidents and like political figures on like bills?
I don't know, maybe brainwash you.
The bill represents our country's currency, and they're like the head of the country.
True. Trying to make them like a legacy.
Yeah.
I
Not
want,
Rushmore,
I
all
want
that.
Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill.
That's never gonna happen.
Remember that was supposed to happen?
They were
though?
trying to put it on some type of
Oh,
bill.
no.
They were trying to put it on the 20.
I remember.
What's it called? But so the people that chase money, the people that are paper chasers, and the millionaires, the reason why they're not fulfilled in all this is because they made money the focus and not the fruit. Money should be the fruit of your labor, the fruit and all these things that you're doing to fulfill your purpose with God. Money is the fruit, is not the focus. It's a byproduct and not the end product. You should allow it to come without chasing it fully.
Yeah.
Say you're walking in your purpose, you're doing all of these things. Say your purpose aligns with your occupation. Money can be a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
But it was never the internal focus.
Use it as a tool, not a crutch.
Yeah, use it as a tool. Don't serve it. Don't become a slave to it.
Yeah. So we're not saying money is bad, because it's not. It could just be a tool to help others, just as it is.
J. Lou is bad.
Everything that God puts on this earth is not bad. It's meant for our own good. It's just the devil twists things in a way to make it like.
At the end of the day, it's your relationship with it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could be a servant to money. You could be a slave to money. Or you can use money to help steward, to help build, to help invest and sow into other people, just as that lady, on the pier sold into us and helped us.
Yeah.
Money is a powerful tool. Used correctly.
Correctly.
Yeah.
Used correctly could really make a difference in other people's lives.
Indeed.
Hopefully this podcast makes a difference in your life.
Sow a seed. Sow a
Hopefully.
seed to plant a tree, not focus on the fruit of the tree.
That's real. Say that again.
Oh, okay. Sow a seed.
quote.
Sow a seed to plant a tree, not focus on the fruit of the tree.
What a Pinterest quote.
I didn't get that in Pinterest. I made it up myself.
I made my own quote up myself.
I can't believe none of y'all anymore.
Pictures cannot be that hard. Wait, what'd you say? Pictures don't be snapping like that? Pictures
Yeah.
don't be snapping like that.
Oh my goodness, he's so sassy. But with that being said, you feel me? Don't let money be your God. Let money be a tool to help you to help others.
Yes.
You feel me? Don't let the fear of not having money motivate you to go chase money.
Facts.
Follow God. Allow him to provide provision in your life.
Indeed.
Th3rds out. And we out this thing.